It's Snowbird Derby Day once again in USL League One, and for the first time, this fixture contested in Westchester County. It's Westchester SC hosting FC Naples in its final home match of the year, and today's match is presented by Northwell Health. We say hello and welcome from Mount Vernon, New York. I'm Sam Goldfarb, thrilled to bring you all of the action today as you get a look at the USL League One table. It is a Westchester side that is already eliminated, but FC Naples in the thick of the top four hunt. They've already locked up a berth in the quarterfinals and now hoping to solidify themselves in the top four with a result today. It is a newfound rivalry that has been fun so far. Two closely contested affairs between these two clubs. The first, a 2-1 come-from-behind victory in favor of FC Naples in mid-July, and then a 2-2 draw in late August. Obregon opening the scoring, Naples firing back, and it ended all square on August 30th. You look at that aggregate score, just one goal separates these two sides over the course of the first two meetings. It should be a very fun one here in the third and final clash between these two clubs. There is one headliner for Westchester who is in the thick of the Golden Boot race, and it is none other than J.C. Obregon Jr. He has produced a number of fantastic goals. He leads the league in goals. This, the best of them, the thrilling 70-yard banger against Forward Madison in mid-May. He's also scored twice in as many matches against Naples, so keep your eye on number 29 up top. On the opposite end of things, it's an FC Naples side that is built on its defensive solidity, but devastating on the counterattack. The second best conversion rate in all of USL League One, and Westchester knows that better than most. Unlocked on set pieces and counters in the first two meetings. They'll have to contend with that if they hope to secure some semblance of a result in their final home match of the season. We are just about set to get things going here from Westchester County. It is a Westchester side that hopes to end its home slate on a high note. It is a Naples side that hopes to solidify itself inside the top four. Stick with us, lineups and kickoff next from Mount Vernon.
Our tagline is welcome to Soccer County, not a town. And we want it to be a hub of all the soccer energy throughout the communities of this region.
As a first-year franchise and a club that's new, you know, these are landmarks in the history of the club that you want to really do something memorable.
I think it shows how soccer crazy this area is and how much passion there is about sports and just community in general.
Being a homegrown talent, you know, in my city, it means everything because my family, my friends, all my loved ones come to the game, watch me play, you know, and you know, I'm just try to put on for my city as much as I can.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First Insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family. And a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell. Raise health.
We welcome you back to Westchester County for the third and final edition of the Snowbird Derby in 2025. Westchester and Naples locking horns in a match that could redefine how the top four looks come the end of the weekend. It's time to get a look at our starting lineup, starting with Westchester's 11. Dave Carton making 3 changes from the 3-1 defeat at Clementa last Friday night. Deshane Beckford has been a constant, though. 2 assists in 7 appearances since joining on loan from Hartford Athletic. He is a key presence to watch in that front 3. On the opposite end, for Matt Poland's bunch, 0 changes from what was a 2-1 defeat at Union Omaha. And of course, when you talk about FC Naples and their goal scoring, Carson Henderlong synonymous with both. 12 goals, tied for 3rd in the league, and he has scored 3 times in the first 2 matches against this Westchester squad. So he is certainly someone to watch up front. Just about ready to get things underway on a chilly and slightly rainy day in Westchester County. It is Naples in the white kit with the navy numbers going from right to left on your screen. Westchester, their classic blues with the white numbers and yellow accents from left to right. We are underway from the stadium at Memorial Field. The last home match of the season ongoing here from Westchester. Sam Goldfarb taking you every step of the way here this afternoon. The matinee to round out match week 32 in USL League One. Westchester playing for pride at this point, but Dave Carton saying that they owe it not just to themselves and the name on the back of their jerseys, but also to other teams throughout the league that may be counting on them to get results against Naples to perform well. Saw the weather on your screen, 58, cloudy. It's starting to feel like proper fall in New England at this point. The Northeast, we should say, as that's run out of play for the match's first corner kick. And that gives us a chance to tell you that all corners today are presented by Ice Air, keeping every play cool and comfortable. Just a minute gone, and Josh Drack will get a first bite at the apple from the near side. Hooked in with in-swing, headed away by Henderlong. As far as Deshane Beckford, though. Back to Enrique Facuse, who has issues clearing this, and is off his line now. Beckford does just enough to buy him enough time to recover. Well, it is important to note tonight, not too windy out, right around 15-mile-an-hour winds at the moment in Westchester County, but there is a nor'easter slamming the East Coast. So as this wears on, how the weather plays an effect. The forecast looks relatively tame, all things considered. Other areas of the Northeast, especially in Connecticut and Maryland and such, are in line to get a bit of inclement weather. Glasser has this knocked out of play for a Naples throw. It is an FC Naples side that has enjoyed a very strong conclusion of the season. Yes, they've suffered 2 defeats in their last 3, but prior to that, unbeaten in their previous 10 matches, powered them from the edges of the top 8 into a comfortable top 4 spot. Matt Poland mentioning that even in the defeat last week against Union Omaha, they were very solid going forward, created their highest single game XG tally, north of 3.1, compared goals to a ketchup bottle. He said sometimes you smash the glass and goals don't come out, and other times you barely touch the ketchup bottle and it effectively sprays ketchup all over the place. It's an interesting analogy to compare goals to that. It's one that works. Here's Obregon, league's top goal scorer. Torres does just enough defensively. It is remarkable what Matt Poland in particular has done with this Naples side. Year 1, building it from scratch. Said early in the season, the primary thing he was concerned about was defensive solidity. Felt the goals would come from there. And when you look at the numbers, quite impressive. Tied for 5th in the league with 38 tallies. Top 4 defensive record as well in terms of goals allowed and clean sheets. This is a Naples side that is arguably one of the most well-rounded teams in the entirety of USL League One, and it's a big reason why they're in contention for a home playoff game as things stand. Here's Guzin. Obregon giving chase now. Payne. One of the many USL League One veterans that have joined Westchester in their first season. Here's another in Joel Johnson. And now Beckford. Low cross towards the near post. Stabbed away by Dangler. Julian Cisneros will run it down. Issues building out though. This is Connor McGlynn. Payne again. Appetizing cross to the back post. Falls for Obregon briefly. Trying to get his feet sorted and down in the area. Appeals for penalty waved away by our lead official. Not the first major decision he's had to make. Benjamin Meyer overseeing all of the action here this afternoon and setting the barometer for a penalty to be higher than that. You see the statement of intent early on from Westchester. Talking to Dave Carton this week, he mentioned that yes, we're eliminated, but we are playing for far more than what the standings show. Players, of course, pursuing individual accolades like Obregon in the hunt for the Golden Boot, and then others trying to solidify themselves on the roster for next year and beyond. He's also, as we spoke about off the top, said that they owe respect to the game and the league. Just because they're out of contention doesn't mean that they should cost others opportunities to crack the top four. He said good players should want to play good regardless of the circumstances. Guzin trying from afar, and it's right at Lalo Delgado. He has procured the save of the week, back-to-back weeks entering this weekend. Here is the first major talking point. You see Obregon does well to stick with it, just tries to get his feet uncorked. And it is a late challenge from Chris Heckenberg. Now McGlynn, it falls kindly, and somehow that doesn't find its way in. Johnny Bolaños missing a glaring chance for Westchester. Issues in the build. It's mismanaged by Torres. And then McGlynn's effort deflected. Bolaños gets his boots to it and just can't put it on frame. Again, more warning shots across the bow from a Westchester side that looks more than up for the task today. Early on, one-way traffic thus far. Westchester dominating proceedings, creating the two biggest chances of note, with the exception of one problem handling the press from Enrique Facuse. Naples has yet to establish a true foothold just yet. That has been the story, though, in these fixtures. Westchester, of course, jumping out in front the first time these two teams met, falling by a 2-1 scoreline, despite, in Dave Carton's eyes, being the better of the two entities on the pitch that day. Then in late August, Obregon scoring first again before Carson Henderlong bagged two set-piece headers in the span of 9 minutes, and Westchester was forced to battle back and salvage a draw. Dave Carton, though, does feel confident about this matchup. He said that he feels his side can play competitively with Naples, and the first two matches are illustrations of that. Here's Guzin. Now Drack for Westchester. Beckford. This is Connor McGlynn, who missed each of the first two Snowbird Derby matchups. Well, there's Dave Carton, first year at the helm of this expansion club in Westchester SC. He is known for his expansive identity, and talking to him when he thinks about planning for next season. He said that he doesn't intend to deviate from that. He's mentioned that there's a lot of attraction throughout the league with the way they play, and his own players have come to him and said they prefer to play this way. A style that, while it does leave them vulnerable at the back at times, also produces some wonderful team goals. Of course, JC Obregon, the biggest beneficiary of the manner in which they approach matches. There will be some tweaking and fine-tuning of the game model as he evaluates everything in the offseason. But overall, he does have faith that this will work in the long run, despite a season that maybe featured his side underperforming those lofty preseason expectations. Said that with the ball, he feels they're one of the best build-up teams in the league. The issue has been without the ball, transition moments, errors in concentration. That has cost them. And when you look at the league high goals conceded number, it seems to fit his assumption. As they come back to this earlier challenge on the far side on Max Glasser. An early set piece for Naples. Decent build here. Farine on the underlap to Glasser, who's undercut on that far side. Naples can start to alleviate that early pressure. Is O'Connor and Heckenberg standing over it. This is the first major test Westchester has to pass defensively. Hooked in by Heckenberg. It's an inviting ball. Fakuse, at the second time of asking, covers it up. Well, there is your look at one of the new additions in Enrique Fakuse, joining the club ahead of the first Snowbird Derby meeting, the second one in late August. Made 5 saves in his debut at Naples on August 30th and impressed Dave Carton. Has not given up the starting job since. Now Bolaños in space. Deflected at the source, and Cisneros away. Just out for a Westchester throw-in. He has been a revelation at left back all season long. Julian Cisneros scoring a fantastic goal against AV Alta 2 weeks ago in a match where they only produced under 2 XG, but scored 4 goals in an absolute evisceration of their Lancaster, California foes. Last week, the inverse, just 1 goal at Omaha, despite an XG that exceeded 3. Payne on the long throw. Bolaños can't reach this, and out for a goal kick. Torres plays this forward to Henderlong, his first proper touch. Stood up by Teta. Scored a fantastic set-piece goal in Westchester's only home on-pitch victory of the season against Texoma in late September. Kick-started a comeback in which they bagged 2 goals in the final 25 to win. Palma steps well. O'Connor late to challenge. Here's Onan. Scored that equalizer in the first Snowbird Derby in July. Guzin commits the transgression. Well, fans, the USL and the CBS Sports Network closes out October with a championship Western Conference showdown. Playoff-bound New Mexico United take on Oakland Roots SC Sunday, October 19th at 5 p.m. Eastern on the CBS Sports Network. All part of the expanded reach in coverage of the USL Championship in League One. Westchester, no stranger to CBS Sports Network. They played there twice this season. To grapple with yet another set piece in which O'Connor and Heckenberg can deliberate. This time O'Connor takes. Lynn first to it. Obregon navigating out of danger. Here he is. Already a involved presence in the build for Westchester, no surprise. Johnson, his first start in the last 3 matches after a slight back issue. Teta navigating out of trouble. This is a Naples counter press that can be vicious, and Cisneros slightly overzealous in his attempts to win it back. Fans catch every heart-pounding moment at Westchester's home stadium at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. 2025 season tickets are on sale now, offering flexible payment plans, priority access, discounts, invites to exclusive events, and much more. Don't miss out on an unforgettable season of fun, friends, community, and soccer. Visit WestchesterSC.com to become a 2025 season ticket member today. It's a crafty touch from Beckford. Ran it right into the thick of the Naples back line, though. Here is Dangler. Himself and Breck Evans. Spine of this Naples defense. One that has been pretty consistent all year long with Cisneros and Glasser as the fullbacks. Big part of the reason why they've produced the 4th best defensive record in goals allowed and clean sheets. It is a side that, since the start of their 10-match unbeaten league run, just 11 goals allowed in 12 league matches. It's been a very impressive run. It includes the 2 goals they shipped on opposite ends of a 4.5-hour weather delay last week at Werner Park. So there's another whistle and another free kick as it appears Andres Farin is down in a bit of discomfort. Direct play here. Farin in a tussle with both Johnson and Drack, and he caught a high boot from Josh Drack. Certainly is one that will leave a bruise. Once again, more target practice for O'Connor and Heckenberg. Keep your eye on Kevin O'Connor. Assisted both of Carson Henderlong's tallies in the last Snowbird Derby, both directly off corners. It is O'Connor who delivers. Payne lets it run out of play, and they do say it took a touch off him in the end. Despite the protests of Fakose. First corner of the match for Naples. This time it is Chris Heckenberg who has the honors. Within swing, all the way to the back post. O'Connor got his head to it and looped well out of reach of the far post. It's a Naples side that is exceptional on set pieces. One of the best teams in terms of headed goals this season in USL League One. Breck Evans and Jake Dangler are both major threats coming up from center back. Both veterans in this league as well. Over 120 career League One appearances for Breck Evans. Most recently spending 2 years with Northern Colorado Hailstorm in front of Lalo Delgado. Those two have brought their connection to the Paradise Coast this season. We inch towards the 20-minute threshold. here in Westchester County at the stadium at Memorial Field. Nothing to separate Westchester and Naples in the third and final meeting of this year's Snowbird Derby. It is a rivalry named after the snowbird phenomenon, in which Northerners during the wintertime often flock down to Florida, be it the Paradise Coast or the East Coast. Given that FC Naples is League One's representation in Florida, they are the Florida side in the Snowbird Derby. Johnson pings this forward. Beckford gives chase, tries for the far corner, and just sails wide. The flag stayed down at the end of that as well, so it would have stood. Just manages to bypass Max Glasser, and he nearly rolls it into the bottom right. Fortunately for Naples, it was mercifully in front of the face, but didn't kiss off that post. And that is the first major concern Lalo Delgado's had to adjudicate. Reigning all-league second teamer a year ago, 7 clean sheets to his name this season as well. One of the better veteran keepers in this competition. Here's Eckenberg. Key presence in the pivot for Naples. Just cleans up so much as that roving center mid. This is played wide towards Glasser, who sticks with it and still has it. Crosses it. Payne stabs away with no real trouble. Now Farine. It's still loose. A chance for Naples, and it is right at Fakuse in the end. Mark Torres, though, breaking through that Westchester back line and creating Naples' first proper chance of the match. We see he just recycles this, and it falls rather fortunately for him. Manages to negotiate beyond Teta and can't properly get his boots around it. There's still a Westchester player down after the fact. Juan Palma now just gingerly returning to his feet. Well, fans, you can watch the USL Championship in Spanish on 2DN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Charleston Battery take on Birmingham Legion FC on Saturday, October 25th at 5 p.m. Eastern on 2DN. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. Midway through this first half, and in the final home match of the season for Westchester SC, still awaiting a breakthrough. There's a Westchester side that already is eliminated from playoff contention, but trying to finish its home slate on a high note against a Naples squad that, with 3 points, could all but seal a home quarterfinal match in USL League One. This Naples side already clinching. Bolaños for Westchester. Darted across. Floated away by Heckenberg, only as far as Johnson, though. Talking to Dave Carton this week about their Tormenta match. Of course, this Westchester side has known its fate since falling on this ground against Madison 2 weeks ago. He actually said he felt that while his side was second best, they had very promising moments. Dean Guzan, of course, leveling the scoreline in the 20th minute, but it was goals on opposite ends of halftime which did them in. He said the third that was scored 30 seconds after the restart was the killer blow. In many ways, he says, he feels like his side is one that looks devoid of confidence at times. This is Onan, plays it forward to Farine. Fakuse is there to collect. He feels that there have been so many matches that the Golden Apple have been right in the thick of this year, in which a slight lack of confidence has done them in. Last week was no different. Even against Naples, especially in that first meeting, you can maybe cite that as a possible byproduct of that. Westchester dominating the entire second half before Henderlong struck. Here's Obregon. Switching the play towards Stephen Payne, former Players' Shield winner with Richmond Kickers. Guzin, and it's just behind Obregon. There is Stephen Payne. Over 100 career appearances in USL League One. Best known for his 2 years with Forward Madison. Played a key role in that Mingo's side that finished third and reached the semifinals a season ago. He's 28 years old, still in his prime as a footballer, and if Westchester can get him back next season, you figure he will remain as that starting fullback. Dave Carton has talked to him about getting forward a bit more relentlessly this year. Cisneros. It's a loose pass towards Heckenberg, and this is Obregon with numbers in support as well. Plays it wide to Deshane Beckford. Can't quite bypass the two defenders. This is Johnson. McGlynn. He's never shy about having a crack. Guzin again. Positive build-up, but that is well beyond the reach of Stephen Payne. Well, fans, don't miss your chance to be part of Westchester's first professional soccer club. Season and single game tickets start at just $18 per game, bringing you world-class action at an unbeatable value. Visit westchestersc.com to learn more and lock in your seat for the 2025 or 2026 season. 2025 Westchester SC season tickets are on sale now. Still awaiting one of these two sides to break through. In the third and final edition of the Snowbird Derby in 2025, Naples has claimed 4 points from an available 6 across the first two. Both played at Paradise Coast Sports Complex during the summer. This is the first time they've had to make the trip up to Westchester County. Starting to settle in, definitely. This is Torres. Farine. Towards Henderlong. Just loses his footing. Well, that was unnecessary from Jaden Onan. May receive a talking to here from Benjamin Meyer. Appears to be spared the yellow, at least as of now. There are still considerable stakes in this one. Even though Westchester is obviously eliminated, Dave Carton's also mentioned his desire to repay the fans who have showed up every week in full force. The 914th Infantry, one of the better new support groups in USL League One. Says we owe it to them to give them something to cheer about. And they did 3 weeks ago in their 2-1 victory over Texoma, but that's been the only home league victory they've secured on this ground. If they could end the home regular season slate with a victory over their current rivals, that would be definitely something to write home about heading into the offseason. Of course, it is a Westchester side that plays away from home to close its season, both at Portland and Chattanooga in the next 2 weeks. We've already spoken about FC Naples. Right now, a 2-point cushion between themselves and 5th place. Remember, the top 4 host playoff matches in the quarterfinals. When you look at Naples' schedule, the next 2 matches against teams that are still playing for something significant in Spokane and Charlotte. This would be the fixture you'd fancy them to push on and get a result and increase that cushion inside the top 4. Poland has mentioned how important it would be to be able to play in front of their home fans in the quarterfinals and potentially beyond. As of now, would even still be within striking distance of second, Chattanooga's on 49 points in the live table with this scoreline as it is. Naples on 45. So still plenty of upward mobility, but if things go awry, they could move down as well. Obregon in space, threads it through to Guzin. Naples recovers well, and now Beckford. Clatters it into Glasser. It's still Beckford. Bolaños. That counter lost its steam rather quickly for Westchester. McGlynn. Guzin again. Has Payne in support. Instead curls this towards the back post, and Josh Drack is well late to track it. He's a player that Dave Carton has challenged consistently to produce more in the final third. Did get his second goal to level the scoreline at Tormenta last Friday night, and is incredibly talented. Someone who's played in some of the top Dutch academies during his youth days, as well as playing most recently in the Polish second tier. Has had many bright moments with Westchester SC. There still is a feeling that he has another gear to him. He's best known, of course, for his time with Ajax and Feyenoord as a youth player. Two of the biggest clubs in the Netherlands. Cisneros is looking for the run of O'Connor. Navigates beyond Guzin well. It was won cleanly according to our referee though. Beckford. Bolaños. A former golden playmaker with Richmond Kickers 3 years ago. It has been a first half in which Westchester has been the protagonist. Two big chances of note. Nothing truly troubling Delgado just yet, though. Meanwhile, Naples has had moments of enjoyment on the ball since, as this has worn on. Payne. Now Bolaños. Dispossessed by Cisneros. Into the final 15 minutes of this first half. Still all up for grabs. Cisneros beginning to grow into the build, as is Farine. He's always a dynamo, regardless of what flank he is deployed on. Onan. Ushered wide to Glasser. Taking on two defenders, bypasses Drack, chips it up towards Cisneros, falls for Jaden Onan. Farine's cross cut out at the source by Payne. Former Once Caldas Academy product in his native Colombia has revitalized his career with FC Naples. While the goals have fluctuated, he's always been someone that catches the eye in possession. He loses out here to Johnson. Obregon. Track floating ahead. This is Beckford enjoying a bright first half. Threads it back through to Drack, cuts it across, and right into the path of Delgado. Much better though from Westchester, systematically picking Naples apart. Delgado, the magic eraser here. How about this interplay? Lovely underlap from Drack. That's his bread and butter. Tries to cut it across to Obregon, but Delgado does read it well, to his credit. There are just moments where they continue to twist the screws, and the more and more they knock it about with confidence, the more it looks like they will nudge themselves in front. Glasser again. Early cross towards Henderlog. And he receives it back now. Cisneros. Hackenberg in plenty of space now. Onan. Cisneros, unattended. Bashes it well over the bar. He's not shy about having a crack, though. Well, Fan Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big league, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Final 10 minutes of this first half between Westchester SC and FC Naples. 914th Infantry out in full force as they cheer on the Golden Apple for the final time this year. It's the Westchester side hoping to end its home slate with a victory over its rivals in the competition. It is a Naples squad that could establish a 5-point cushion between themselves and 5th placed Omaha as it looks to lock up a home match for the quarterfinals and potentially beyond. Right now, it seems that Naples has been second best, although not truly threatened with the exception of that one Bolaños chance. It's what Naples does. It can weather pressure and then catch you when you least expect it. And with the ball, they've started to unlock teams as well. As this half has ticked onward, you've seen more confidence from Naples in possession. Hackenberg. This is Torres. Moves back to Jake Dengler, former captain with South Georgia Tormenta. Cisneros in a much more attack-minded posture now. Onan lofting it into the area. It's headed away by Palma. And the whistle goes for handball. Some slight disagreement between Juan Palma and Jaden Onan. Those two both fiery presences for their respective clubs. This is a Naples side that prides itself on its work rate and also the chip on their shoulders. Matt Pullen has looked for many players who he feels have been overlooked at previous destinations and has hoped to channel that motivation and that chip on a lot of those players' shoulders into production, and how successful he has been at that. Of course, Carson Henderlong is the prime success story, someone who made single-digit USL Championship appearances in his first pro season at Indy 11, but it's not just him. Likes of players who maybe didn't get professional looks at the MLS level or even championship that have taken advantage of their opportunities with Naples. This is Obregon. He's a well-known commodity. His effort deflected. Delgado has to awkwardly see it over the crossbar. Goes out for yet another corner kick for Westchester. Of course, corner kicks today presented by Ice Air, keeping every play cool and comfortable. It is the second of the afternoon for Westchester. They can cause some danger on scenarios like these. Josh Drack getting another crack at things. Drack within swing. It's dangerous. Dengler first to it, though. And likely cues up a long throw chance for Westchester. Connor McGlynn will do the honors. I'll scratch that. It will be Josh Drag. Bolaños. That's a heavy touch. Nearly snatched away. Beckford onto it though. And now Guzin. Plenty of space to shoot, and he does try. It's a sensational stop from Delgado, who knocks it away at his far post. That effort had plenty of menace from Dean Guzin, who bypasses Cisneros and wraps his boot around this, dipping menacingly. It's a tremendous stop from Lalo Delgado, who for now keeps Naples level, although it is another ice air corner kick, keeping every play cool and comfortable. This time to Shane Beckford to deliver. It doesn't clear the first line of defense, although too much shoving for Benjamin Meyer's liking anyway. Well, fans, 2025 Westchester Soccer Club season and single game tickets are now on sale. Don't miss your chance to be part of our historic inaugural season at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. Catch all of the action and all of the fun starting at just $18 per game. Tickets are selling fast. Visit westchestersc.com for more information. Just beyond the 40-minute threshold, and in the last Snowbird Derby match of the year, still nothing to separate these two sides, although Westchester starting to find moments where they can trouble Lalo Delgado. On the other end of things, Carson Henderlong and company have been left on an island going forward. Carson Henderlong has probably had 3 total box touches in this first half. That gives you a sense of how much Westchester has controlled the run of play. Naples, though, is no stranger to playing on the back foot. It takes 1-2 chances for them to pounce and truly unlock teams. This chip forward, right into Fakuse's awaiting gloves. It is a unique contrast. Westchester, one of the top 5 teams in the league in terms of average possession, usually over 50%. Naples right now, the second lowest. Typically hover around the low 40s for their share of possession in matches. Although in that victory over AV Alta, that number was in the low to mid 30s. When you look at the way the league is shaken out, Chattanooga, of course, in contention for the Players' Shield. The lowest average possession in league history at 35.11 entering the weekend. So, possession does not always correlate to results. Westchester more familiar with that than most. Evans. Cisneros. Torres on the turn, muscled off it by Payne. McGlynn, and now Obregon. Falls into the path of Andres Farine, though. When you look at the live stats, right now Naples actually has a slight possession edge, just around 52%, which is a far cry from the way they started things. Very little of it, though, has been in dangerous areas just yet. Looking to change that here. And O'Connor loses out. This is Obregon again. And plays this vertically towards Beckford, who has the speed advantage on Dangler. Plays it off to Drack. Down in the penalty area. Referee once again is unmoved. And the whistle sounds against Josh Drack for the little tug on the shirt after the fact. Final minute of the initial 45. And barring late drama, we are in line to enter halftime of the Snowbird Derby scoreless for the first time ever. It was a 1-1 scoreline the first time these two teams met after 45. And Naples had a 2-1 edge on August 30th before Daniel Baumann was able to provide a goal that salvaged a draw for Westchester on August 30th. Will be one final set piece for Naples to weather, though. All eyes on our fourth official, Stephanie McFarland, and the number on her board is just 1 minute of stoppage time.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time here in the first half.
Long aerial delivery toward Palma. Too much pushing and shoving. Whistle sounds against Westchester. And this likely Naples' final foray forward of the first half. Ping towards Cisneros. Onan. Farine. Penderlong. Back for Jaden Onan. This is one back by Bolaños as the halftime whistle sounds. So nothing to separate these two sides after 45 minutes. A cagey opening half in the final edition of the Snowbird Derby in 2025. FC Naples weathering the storm early and then growing into the match as the opening 45 ticked on. But it is Westchester to procure the only two notable chances of the game to date. At halftime, no score between Westchester SC and FC Naples in the final home match of the year. Westchester holding tough. We will step aside when we return a look around USL League One. Stick with us here from Westchester County.
Our tagline is welcome to Soccer County, not a town. And we want to be a hub of all the soccer energy throughout the communities of this region.
As a first-year franchise and a club that's new, you know, these are landmarks in the history of the club that you want to really do something memorable.
I think it shows how soccer crazy this area is and how much passion there is about sports and just community in general.
Being a homegrown talent, you know, in my city, it means everything because my family, my friends, all my loved ones come to the game, watch me play, you know, and, you know, I'm just try to put on for my city as much as I can.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family and a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown, and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell, raise health.
We welcome you back from Mount Vernon and Westchester County, where this has been a fun one at halftime between Westchester SC and FC Naples. On our halftime show, it's time to get a look around the USL, starting with an inside spotlight on a lot of the stadium construction going on throughout the USL spectrum.
In the USL, shovels in the ground mean as much as scoring goals. And Sacramento Republic is on its way to transforming the city's rail yard district into a soccer palace. The same is happening in the Motor City, with Detroit City's new home clearing way for stadium construction. Miami FC has unveiled its future home in South Florida, while the Pittsburgh Riverhounds prepare for their stadium expansion, preserving one of the best views in all of sports. The growth is felt as well in League One, with expansion on the way for 2026. The scene changes daily at the site of Fort Wayne's new home, from clearing the area in early June to the sweet sight of concrete and steel in mid-September. All watched closely by Fort Wayne's Director of Communication, Justin Cohn.
Thousands of people literally drive past this thing every day. So how cool is it for everyone to get a chance to see this thing every single day get closer?
Yeah, it's really cool. It's ideally located for people going to and from work, or they're driving down to Indianapolis, and you're seeing it in really at a rapid pace come up. So you're really seeing a lot of the facade of what will be the stands start to come up.
I look at the renderings. First thing I notice is this gigantic video board. So give me some of the neat things about that, because this might be the best thing in League One for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the scoreboard is something I'm really excited about. It'll be the second longest scoreboard in the entire state. So that means it eclipses an NFL stadium. You're going to have a lot of options at Fort Wayne FC Park in terms of watching the matches. There's a lot of possibilities that you can do with the scoreboard.
Fellow League One expansion club Boise is seeing its vision take shape as construction at the park at Expo, Idaho is full speed. And longtime League One club Greenville Triumph has kicked off construction at Bridgeway Station.
The future of USL is bright. What a fantastic look at some of the new stadiums that are being built throughout the championship and League One. Well, here at halftime between Westchester and Naples, we have a good one brewing. We'll take a break, and when we return, a look around League One. Stick with us. Leans back, gets one What a hit! Here's Wilson. He stays out, and the Roots have a lead.
Whoa, termites can eat a pound of wood a day. 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 What's wrong, Daddy? Daddy? You okay?
Keep termites out of your home and your head with our premium guarantee that covers up to $250,000 in new termite damage. Before panic shows up, Terminix it.
Wait, come back! Wait, come back, I need more help.
Take a load off it. Take a load for free. Today we went to the beach, and it was totally worth it. Get double points this fall at Best Western.
We welcome you back to Westchester County, 45 minutes down in the third and final Snowbird Derby clash of the year. 45 more exciting ones to go. But before we get there, it's time to take a look around USL League One, starting with our standout news and notes from the week in the competition. a bevy of key headlines, starting with Sarasota Paradise, naming Mika Olivara as their head coach. The former Richmond Kickers assistant is now the head man in Sarasota. Meanwhile, at Athletic Club Boise, Sofia Huerta investing in the new club that joins the competition next year. And finally, 3 players called up for Trinidad and Tobago's World Cup qualifying campaign. They are in the midst of competing with them as things currently stand. When you look around USL League One scores-wise, it's been a jam-packed weekend. This is the 7th and final match of the weekend, and here is your look at the standout scores. How about Charlotte Independence? A huge 3-2 victory in that 6-pointer against AV Alta. Meanwhile, Madison kick-starting its postseason hopes with a 2-1 win over Chattanooga last night. And then ending out the weekend, Spokane dropping points against a red-hot Tormenta side. When you look ahead to next weekend, a number of really enticing fixtures. Westchester heading to Portland for the first time. That should be a fun one on Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then when you start to think about the playoff chase, Charlotte Independence hosting Chattanooga, AV Alta against Richmond. And then as far as Naples is concerned, it is a top 4 tussle with Spokane Velocity on Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Well, that is your look around USL League One. We will take another quick breather here from Westchester County, and when we return, we look back at the first half from Mount Vernon. Stick with us.
Our tagline is welcome to Soccer County, not a town. And we want it to be a hub of all the soccer energy throughout the communities of this region.
As a first-year franchise and a club that's new, you know, these are landmarks in the history of the club that you want to really do something memorable.
I think it shows how soccer crazy this area is, and how much passion there is about sports and just community in general.
For being a homegrown talent, you know, in my city, it means everything because my family, my friends, all my loved ones come to the game, watch me play, you know, and you know, I'm just try to put on for my city as much as I can.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First Insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family. And a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown, and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell, raise health.
USL 2 National Championship between Ballard FC and the Vermont Green. This is a moment very few of us have ever seen. This is a special moment for soccer and for Burlington. It is going to be a big one. These two teams are loaded with talent. They've both led their conferences, their divisions throughout the year, and a chance for Ballard to make it 2 titles in 3 years, and a chance for Vermont Green to do something no one has done since 2010 and go perfect. And they're about 3 points to the spot. He rolls it off the post and in. And Vermont Green take the lead in the National Championship at Virtue Field. And there he is, coast to top, once again. Ingay recovers it, curls it back in. Marshall puts it on, and Kisco, the National Championship goal scorer in NCAA. puts it in 2025. Vermont is the king of soccer. And the Vermont Green win their first ever USL title. And green is the color of victory once again in Burlington, Vermont.
We welcome you back to Westchester County. We're at halftime of the Snowbird Derby. Nothing to separate these two sides. Westchester and Naples in a deadlock through 45 minutes. It's time to get a look back at the 45 minutes that was, and it was a first half in which chances were at a premium, though Westchester had the better of them. Deshane Beckford here nearly picking out the bottom right corner from a tight angle. There were a couple more half chances to follow for Westchester throughout that first half on 22 minutes. Naples, though, did have an opportunity themselves. Mark Torres navigating through traffic, a fortuitous hop that allows him to break free, just rolls it right at the goalkeeper in Fakuse, though. And then on 34 minutes, Westchester's best chance of the match. This threaded through to Drac, cuts this across, and he nearly picks out Obregon. It required an excellent intervention from Lalo Delgado. And then as we wound down closer to halftime, Dean Guzin nearly picked out the far corner with this curling effort. Plenty of menace, but a quality stop from Lalo Delgado. You get your look at the halftime stats. Westchester the edge in shots, and actually it's even in terms of shots on goal with a slight possession edge in favor of Naples, despite Naples starting the first half on the back foot for the better part of the opening 15 minutes. They grew into the match and did enjoy more of the ball in the second half of that first half, if you will. The big thing of note, though, Westchester a slight XG edge as things stand, although it is pretty nominal right now. You look at the live table, how would this result impact the standings? Westchester, of course, eliminated, but Naples would have a 3-point cushion between themselves and fifth placed Omaha, although when you look at Portland having a match in hand, 3 points here tonight would go a long way for the visitors. Well, here we go, back here in Westchester County as we get set for second half kickoff in the final home match of the season for Westchester. They are looking to pick off their rivals for the first time in their young history. It is a Naples side that looks to bounce back after that defeat at Union Omaha, a performance in which Matt Pullen was proud of his side for battling back, but did feel that there was points left on the table. It is Westchester get us back underway. They'll be going right to left on your screen, Naples from left to right. We get the signal from Benjamin Meyer. And, well, we may have take two, actually. And now we are officially back underway from the stadium at Memorial Field. Round 3 of the Snowbird Derby. Can Westchester make it a perfectly even season series, or will Naples go unbeaten through 3 matches against Westchester? It was a first half in which Westchester had the better of the chances, but Naples did have their moments, especially as it wore on. Sam Goldfarb leading you through the final 45 and change here from Mount Vernon, New York. Naples on the road has certainly struggled more than it has at home. Just 4 league victories away from home. And when you look at their recent performances, back-to-back defeats at Portland and at Omaha in terms of their away performances, although Matt Pullen says results misleading there. He feels that he's pretty happy with a lot of what transpired, especially in the build-up against Hearts as well as Union Omaha. But again, the ultimate name of the game is results, and he understands that heading into a crucial juncture of their season where they could lock up a home game in the quarterfinals and beyond. Onan. This is Torres. Back for Jaden Onan, who's always a danger on it. It's an appetizing cross. Palma just got a touch to it. It should go out for a Naples corner. This is where Kevin O'Connor is especially dangerous. Both of Naples' goals, the last time these two sides met, coming off of corners. Deliveries from O'Connor into the path of Henderlong at the near post. So keep your eye on that, certainly. It is taken within swing, this time to the back post, and too tight on Fakuse. Which better set piece defending on that occasion from Westchester. It's a delivery that's a little too tight on Fakuse, who daringly dives up and takes the slight contact from Jake Dengler. And he is still slow to return to his feet. May have been shin-on-shin contact that has left him prone on the deck. A nice exchange between himself and Dengler. Enrique Fakuse, so much high-level pedigree during his time in college. Played at the University of Kentucky. 30 career clean sheets, led the nation in shutouts as well during a run to the 2018 Elite Eight. Season in which the Wildcats did the Conference USA double. Remember that there is no SEC for men's soccer, so Kentucky at the time was in the CUSA and one of the powerhouses in the division as well. Played for Motagua, joined on loan. But could never really break into Motagua's lineup, the Honduran Giants, and he's gotten far more run with Westchester. As Obregon is fouled, and the first yellow card of the match for Naples is shown to Jake Dengler. Simple flick-on header. Obregon passes it away, and slight contact with Dengler. That prompts the referee to brandish the yellow for the first time this afternoon. Did miss that AV Alta match in late September due to a red card. Picked up a second yellow in the final 10 minutes at Portland. Track arcing it in. Headed out of danger for the time being. Only as far as Guzin, though.
The caution has been issued by the referee to FC Naples. Number 25, Jake Dengler.
This is drag.
Caution issued in the 50th minute.
50 minutes gone in this one. Question is, can either side procure an opener or winner? It has been a surprisingly cagey affair given the young history of this rivalry. Bolaños hoping to change that. Guzin now. Obregon on the turn. Can't get his feet sorted. Only as far as Palma, though. This is drag. Guzin just left it dangling. Well, interestingly enough, Westchester has never played a scoreless draw. It is a Westchester side that has not kept a clean sheet in league play all year. The only clean sheet in all comps came in a 1-0 victory in the first round of the US Open Cup at FC Motown. That was back in mid-March. Goals have been synonymous with Westchester matches, for better and worse. As things stand, they've kept Naples out. It would be in line to keep a first ever USL League One clean sheet. It would be a very interesting way to close out their home slate, no doubt. A season in which they've struggled to protect advantages, dropping 38 points, a league record from winning positions this year. Defensive woes have been the primary story of their season. Right now, though, affording Naples rather little. I think he probably feels there's more to squeeze out of this. By no means a comprehensive first half from his men, creating less than 0.3 XG. That's why it's two halves of a football match. It only takes one key moment to change their entire fortunes. Could it come here? This is Onan. Plays it inside for Henderlong. Can't untangle himself from Joel Johnson. Run down well by Cisneros, though. O'Connor. Wide again for Henderlong, who tries it on his right. Hooks it well over the bar, though. Well, fans, soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. We saw a first true involvement going forward for Carson Henderlong. Very few touches of the ball, especially in Westchester's penalty area in that first half. Still has yet to get his shot calibrated. Beckford, the other direction for Westchester. That'll take a touch out of play for a corner. Well, corner kicks presented by Ice Air, keeping every play cool and comfortable. First of this second half for Westchester. Taken within swing. Got it out of danger. And Onan with some space to run, who stays on his feet. And a major break here for Naples. Farine is with him, and Stephen Payne there to break it up. Positions himself brilliantly, and now Westchester with numbers the opposite direction. Guzin. Hooking it in for Obregon! Denied at the far post by Delgado. That a major chance, end-to-end action for the first time today. Lovely cross from Guzin, and it rolls towards that bottom right. Delgado doing just enough to cover it up. Definitely something to monitor if you're Naples. Westchester has shown flashes of attacking incision. Well, fans, catch every heart-pounding moment at Westchester's home stadium at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. 2025 season tickets are on sale now, offering flexible payment plans, priority access discounts, invites to exclusive events, and much more. Don't miss out on an unforgettable season of fun, friends, community, and soccer. Visit westchestersc.com to become a 2025 season ticket member today. We inch closer to the hour mark here in Westchester County. Still no score, but starting to see signs that this may open up in Westchester's final home match and final taste of Snowbird Derby action this season. Westchester, a clear denial on one end, Payne cutting out a 2-on-1 break before a massive chance on the other. And this is a point of concern now for Naples. Jaden Onan, one of their top creative playmakers, still down and nursing something of concern on his right leg. Matt Pullen has spoken about what an important presence Onan is to his side, especially in the open field. Looks like he may have pulled up during that 2v1 counter. Gingerly still trying to walk this off. Still work to be done for Matt Pullen's men. They know they haven't accomplished their ultimate goal, but getting to the playoffs is a massive step in the first season of the club. Takes great pride in what they've been able to build here in Naples. It's just a metro area of about 20,000 people. First ever professional soccer club in the area. Matt Pullen himself has spent the better part of a decade in the Marco Island, Naples area on the Paradise Coast. He's familiar with fan base as well as the people in the vicinity. He's overall seems quite proud at what they've been able to assemble. Now it's about accomplishing things come November. as Onan is back on the pitch and seems content to give it a run. Beckford. Cisneros gets his head to it, comes loose to Payne. This is Bolaños. Just runs into a thicket of white shirts and then undercuts Julian Cisneros. Fareed. Track gets in the way and cleans up the mess as well. What an addition Josh Drack has been this season, joining from Charleston Battery, where his minutes fluctuated during his 2 seasons there. A mainstay at left back and has been able to flash his attacking qualities in the process. An all-action fullback. Fits the definition to a T. Fareen's cross. Bolaños. Johnson in the way. Heckenberg. Glasser. Crafty first touch. Cross let him down though. Comes out to Obregon, who continues to grow into this with each passing minute. Guzin. Stephen Payne with him. Working ball from McGlynn toward Bolaños. Mark Evans is in the vicinity, as is Dangler. Only as far as Dean Guzin though. Ball lacked any semblance of accuracy toward Obregon. Frustration through an hour for both these clubs. Still no score. It's the longest we've gone scoreless throughout the Snowbird Derby's young history. But Naples does win a free kick here, and it's an inviting position for it as well. Guzin. Jose with issues clearing. Bolaños can't quite keep it in play. For those that are just joining us, we welcome you into Westchester County. Deadlocked between Westchester and FC Naples here at the stadium at Memorial Field, a venue that seats just under 4,000. Sam Goldfarb taking you every step of the way as Westchester looks to wrap up its home slate with a victory, and Naples looks to reinforce its claim to a top 4 finish and a home quarterfinal match in next month's playoffs. So much at stake at this stage. Should be a very fun conclusion to this match. This is threaded through to Henderlong, who is onside and dispossessed by Juan Palma, who tracks him well. Henderlong seems a bit worse for wear after that. Well, there's Jaden Onen. He's so valuable when healthy, and in many ways has reinvigorated his career with FC Naples. He was a Young Player of the Year nominee 2 years ago with Madison before a 2024 campaign with Lexington that was marred by injury. This year, a consistent presence. Has dealt with some ailments, but not enough to keep him out for long spells of time. And 7 goals in all competitions is nothing to scoff at. One of the top attacking producers outside Henderlong on this FC Naples roster. Here's Bolaños. Looking for McGlynn. Cisneros gets in the way. Johnson. Westchester beginning to reestablish control over this. Beckford. Guzin, that's clever. Gets it back from Obregon. And now Deshane Beckford from distance. It's parried away. Guzin across and knocked in. Westchester opens the scoring on an own goal. Dean Guzin doing enough to scrap it over the line. 1-0. For the 3rd time in as many matches, Westchester leads in the Snowbird Derby. How about this? Sensational interplay between Guzin and Obregon. Beckford's effort, parried, Delgado late to recover, and it's Breck Evans who ultimately touches it over the line. It was Guzin's cross that did the job. Evans, though, will be tagged with an own goal for that effort. Hit him all wrong, and Dean Guzin providing the ball that led to Westchester's opener. Westchester has opened the scoring in the Snowbird Derby yet again. Stop me if you've heard that before. The question is, can they see it out? A side that has never toppled FC Naples, but they lead on a Breck Evans own goal on 64 minutes. And now Naples must start pressing the issue. Not one of the slicker spells of build-up you've seen all season from Westchester. The 1-2 between Guzin and Obregon, the long-range hit from Deshane Beckford. And it must be said, Delgado doesn't recover convincingly after parrying that into trouble. Evans is caught between a rock and a hard place and can't direct it outside of the goal mouth. It is a tough break for the 26-year-old center back who's been a mainstay in the heart of defense all year for Naples. But football is a cruel game on occasion. Obregon is offside. Well, a friendly reminder, Westchester Soccer Club has won just one home league match on this pitch. They did technically beat Spokane due to a forfeit, but that was a match they actually lost in practice. The only match they won, a 2-1 come-from-behind victory over Texoma. Obregon with a winner in the final 10 minutes on September 21st. There have been many matches where it's felt like they're due for 3 points, and they just haven't been able to procure them. As of now, in line to topple one of the juggernauts in the league and keep their first league clean sheet in one fell swoop.
Your attention, please.
This would be a crushing blow for Naples, who now has to substitute Jaden Onen, who he's never really truly shaken off that discomfort he experienced in the earlier stages of the second. You see he's frustrated on the far side. At this point, a question of who Matt Pullen goes to. It is Luca Perpa, deployed in a more wide midfield role. Former Chicago Fire 2 player, spent 2 years at MLS Next Pro. That substitution presented by Benjamin Steakhouse, always a prime choice. So Perpa in, Onen out, the first change of the match for either side. Matt Pullen mentioning how he's been pleased with Luca Perpa's efforts going forward. has just felt that the flexibility Torres offers alongside O'Connor is better for them tactically in the center of the park. But now Perpa likely has a chance to play in a more wide role, more forward-thinking role as Naples chases this. As you saw moments ago, Enrique Facuse is still on the turf, getting attention from the physios. This is a concern because Facuse is the clear-cut top choice for Westchester between the sticks. Well, Dave Carton in line to provide the home fans with something to cheer about. He spoke about how they've been right there in so many matches this season and haven't gotten the rub of the green, be it draws that could have become victories, even defeats that could have been wins on a different day. He's spoken about the number of demoralizing results which he feels has hampered his team's confidence in key moments in late stages of matches. What this would do for his side's confidence, not only heading into their final 2 matches of the year, but into 2026, when they can rebuild and potentially pursue a first ever playoff berth. Someone who's eternally optimistic about the long-term future of this club and their potential to compete at the highest level. Glasser has room to cross. It's a dangerous one. Loose for Henderlong. And he is penalized for a handball before he can knock it into the net. To his chagrin, he is denied a 13th league goal of the season. Whistle did sound before he poked it in. Very good cross, and it does hit his hand clearly. Nothing really he can do about it, but it certainly is a handball. And as we inch towards the final 20, Westchester spared for now. Now Henderlong giving chase. Tenta knocks out a play. Well, for those that have just joined us, Westchester Soccer Club, a 1-0 advantage, courtesy of an own goal by Breck Evans, as this is causing trouble for Facuse, who is fouled by O'Connor, who seems frustrated and is exchanging words with the opposing goalkeeper. And it's threatening to all pop off in this rivalry fixture. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL MLS Premier League and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Slight edge for Westchester. A Breck Evans own goal officially listed in the 64th after Gene Gruzin's cross off of a loose parry from Lalo Delgado put Evans in a dangerous spot. That may be what the doctor ordered for Westchester as they seek a first ever victory over FC Naples. And it could have ripple effects throughout the table in terms of home playoff game pursuits as well. Henderlong. Palma gets in the way. A flick from Obregon right into the path of Deshane Beckford as well. This is where Westchester can run forward. Dancing past Glasser and winning a corner in the process. Another corner kick presented by Ice Air, keeping every play cool and comfortable. Just the second of this second half for Westchester. A second would all but seal it at this stage. Dave Carton has said when they've taken the lead, they've lacked a killer instincts often this season. Can they flash one here? Beckford with in swing. Delgado punches away. Changes being prepared as well. Prince Sadie and Taimu Okiyoshi stand by the touchline, and they will take place as we speak. Sadie back following a brief absence due to a back issue. Taimu Okiyoshi on the bench after starting last week. It is Bolaños out for Sadie in a like-for-like swap. Meanwhile, Taimu Okiyoshi, the loanee from Rhode Island FC, who's primarily been a starter since joining, replaces Dean Kusin. That appears more defensive-minded, and likely Sadie moving onto the right flank and Okiyoshi dipping into midfield. Both substitutions presented by Benjamin Steakhouse, always a prime choice. Prince Sadie, 32 years of age, enjoying a massive bounce-back season in League One after struggling to find his footing the last couple years in USL Championship. 5 goals to his name in league play. Someone who is back following a brief absence. 3 matches out of the squad after going off injured against Omaha on this ground 4 weeks ago. Here is Sadie's cross. It's dangerous, and it's knocked in! Obregon doubles the lead! The golden boy for the Golden Apple may just have golden boots. 2-0. Goal number 15 of the season for J.C. Obregon Jr. to establish a vice grip on the Golden Boot race. It is a poacher's finish of the highest degree. Across from Sadie into the quarter of uncertainty, not dealt with properly by Delgado or Dangler, and Obregon makes them pay in devastating fashion. We have a shocker on the cards in Westchester. J.C. Obregon Jr. doubling the lead for the Golden Apple, and he pushes Naples to the brink. This over the top towards Farid, and Fakuze collects. Inside the final 15 minutes, and if you are just joining us, the shock of the weekend is on the cards. A 2-0 advantage for Westchester SC in their final home match. Already eliminated from playoff contention, but they have held up their end of the bargain for other teams chasing a top 4 finish. An own goal by Breck Evans in the 64th. A dagger, a potential dagger, I should say, from Obregon 10 minutes later. And that is the killer instinct Dave Carton has implored his side to produce all season long. J.C. Obregon Jr. reestablishing a 2-goal cushion atop the Golden Boot race. Goal 15 of the season, which is one off the league record for a player in the midst of an expansion season. That's held by Ronaldo Damas of North Texas in 2019. He is 1 goal away from tying that for League One goals for a club in their first season. He has 2 matches and change to surpass that. And most importantly, may receive individual honors at the end of the campaign. Glasser comes out to Okiyoshi. And now Prince Sadie, who played the cross in that led to Obregon's tally. It may all open up now. Naples must come out of their shell. This lofted towards Obregon, chested back to Delgado. J.C. Obregon Jr., a goal machine, scored 20 goals in his move down to League One for Charlotte Independence a season ago in all comps. An all-league first-team selection. He followed his former assistant, Dave Carton, to Westchester County, someone he's incredibly tight with and got incredibly close with during the months they overlapped in Charlotte last year. He has produced a 15th league goal. And the all-comps tally is pretty hefty as well. Beckford. Drack. Cross is stabbed away only as far as Connor McGlynn. That is goal 20 of the season in all competitions for JC Obregon. That matches his tally from a year ago. And in a year that has been marred by injuries, especially at the back for Westchester, and so many devastating results, Obregon has been the steadying presence up top. Sadie. Bullying his way beyond Cisneros. Evans is there to cut it out. And if Naples is to salvage anything, it must come in a hurry. More changes now for Dave Carton's men. Samori Powder replacing Stephen Payne in a like-for-like shift at right back. The brother of the Trinidad and Tobago international Noah Powder, who is away on international duty today, is entering the action once again. That substitution presented by Benjamin Steakhouse, always a prime choice. What a day this could be for Westchester. Dave Carton has mentioned they owe their fans a performance like this. It may have come late, but better late than never. Beckford. It's fouled by Torres. Fans, don't miss your chance to be part of history with Westchester's first professional soccer club. Season and single game tickets start at just $18 per game, bringing you world-class action at an unbeatable value. Visit westchestersc.com to learn more and lock in your seat for the 2025 season. 2025 Westchester SC season tickets are on sale now. Inching towards the final 20 minutes in this, or 10 minutes I should say, in the Snowbird Derby. Westchester in line to topple Naples, their rivals in League One for the first time in club history. And Sadie has snatched this back and dances past Cisneros. Beckford. Miscommunication between himself and Sadie, and it bails out Breck Evans and the Naples defense. Fancy Football is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. Henderlog. Crafty touch. Can't put it into the path of Purpa, though. And now Torres for Naples. They still have 10 minutes to make this nervy for Westchester. Remember, it is a side that has dropped a league record 38 points from winning positions. At one point led 2-0 against AV Alta on this ground in the first half. Conceded 5 unanswered. That one of the more devastating results of their season. Fareen's cross out of play and a corner for Naples. One of very few they've produced this match. Before we take this corner, they may have a substitute to wave on. Pasnik is currently standing on the touchline. They will take this corner before the substitute takes place, though. O'Connor within swing. It's headed away, and a foul against Naples in the process. Well, now Naples must chase with a thin bench due to players on international duty. Tyler Pasnik will enter the second alteration in place of Andres Fareen in a like-for-like swap on the left side. That substitution presented by Benjamin Steakhouse, always a prime choice. Pasnik, a native of Bishopton, Scotland, joining the club from Huntsville in December, has been a sporadic presence, mostly a second half substitute for Naples this season. Still awaiting that first ever USL League One goal, but did score the opener in the Jägermeister Cup finale against Greenville Triumph in late July. Played in the Rangers Academy, a heavily renowned club in Scotland during his youth days. Powder steps. Now McGlynn. Westchester can control the match. If they elect to knock it about aimlessly, they very much can do that now. What a distribution there from Fakuse. Johnson. Samori Powder. Obregon there to vacuum it in. Beckford has Glasser tracking him step for step. Plays it wide to Sadie, who is one-on-one on the far side. Beckford, solid touch, runs into Cisneros, and it hit his hand in the process. Shane Beckford now is slow to get up. One of the brighter performers thus far for Westchester this afternoon. Two more changes being readied. Bobby Pierre and Daniel Baumann having words with the coaching staff. Both would-be defensive-minded subs, no doubt. Well, fans, 2025 Westchester Soccer Club season and single game tickets are now on sale. Don't miss your chance to be part of our historic inaugural season at Memorial Field in Mount Vernon. Catch all of the action and all of the fun starting at just $18 per game. Tickets are selling fast. Visit westchestersc.com for more information. Final 5 minutes now from Westchester County. 2 second half tallies for Westchester has them in line to claim a major victory in their final home fixture of the year and their final taste of Snowbird Derby play in 2025. Was a yellow card shown just moments ago, a late challenge from Chris Heckenberg and no hesitation from our lead official in Benjamin Meyer. And now the changes will take place. Daniel Baumann, the first to enter for Westchester. He replaces Joel Johnson in a like-for-like swap in the heart of midfield. Meanwhile, Bobby Pierre is also entering for the Golden Apple, presumably in place of Beckford, who was dealing with a bit of a physical ailment moments ago. So Pierre and Baumann in, Johnson is off. And Deshane Beckford is too. Both substitutions presented by Benjamin Steakhouse. Always a prime choice, and both defensive-minded as Westchester looks to lock up a result. It may be a victory that doesn't do much in terms of the table, but it will be a victory that Dave Carton takes great pride in. Has said so many times this year that he's felt awful that some of the issues that needed to get fixed didn't. They're showing signs of repairing some of their woes here this afternoon. Be it an inability to kill off matches or protect leads, as of now in line to do both, as well as keep a potential first league clean sheet if all breaks right. Cisneros and company hoping to change that. Tenta is there. I think Vincenzo Candela as well as Bobby Murphy in Omaha and Portland respectively are watching this with renewed hope. both within striking distance now of a home playoff match, and it is important to note, Portland still has a match in hand on FC Naples. They played twice in the final week of the season due to a need to make up their home fixture against Spokane. It takes place on October 21st before they round out their season against AV Alta. Torres, this is Glasser, lays it back off to Perpa. Bauman wins it back cleanly. Sadie turns away from Torres. Out for a Naples throw. Another change being readied now for FC Naples. As they continue to chase.
Attention, please. Substitution for FC Naples in the 89th minute. Entering the pitch, number 6, Gustavo Fernandez.
Gustavo Fernandez in.
Number 14, Trevin
O'Connor is out. That substitution presented by Benjamin Steakhouse, always a prime choice. As Pasnick's cross cut out for now. Lynn heads away, only as far as Hackenberg though. Cisneros. An early cross. Back to Torres. An aerial bombardment now. Pasnick across. Excellent quick reflex stop from Fakuse. And the offside flag was up anyways. Final minute of the 90. All eyes will be on our fourth official, Stephanie McFarland, in a matter of moments. Westchester in line to win its final home match and keep its first clean sheet of the league season. In their third to last game of the campaign. Say bombs upfield. Powder in a tussle for it. Torres. Well, fans, the USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golazo Network and ESPN Plus. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete USL TV listings. There's a first-time cross in. It is floated away. As far as Pasnick, though. Glasser. Tries towards the back post. Comes out to Sadie for Westchester. 5 minutes of added time separate Westchester from a first league clean sheet of the season. Not to mention a colossal upset of Naples in their final home match. Dave Carton said he felt that if they played their best, they were more than capable of winning this match. In the second half, they have done that. Glasser. Another cross, this one dangerous, still loose, and Fakuse is there to cover it up. An unreal stop from Enrique Fakuse, and the clean sheet is still intact. Glasser's cross, so dangerous, a towering header from Torres. Fernandez was trying to wrestle it over the line, but Fakuse made himself an obstacle. May have paid the price for his daring goalkeeping. Well, it will be a day that Dave Carton and company are proud of. One of their best performances of the season. And while it comes with their fate already sealed postseason wise, it will still be something to write home about as they build for next season especially. They've given the home fans plenty to celebrate. Now it's just about seeing this over the line for good. The 914th Infantry braving through thick and thin for this Westchester squad. May just watch their side win at the final chance they can see them at home in person. Final 2 minutes of the added 5, and you'd figure with all the stoppages, our referee may let this run a touch beyond. If this holds, the gap between Naples and 5th placed Omaha is at 2 points, but even maybe more importantly, it's just 4 points between them and Portland. As we mentioned, one more game remaining for Portland. So that gives Naples less margin for error in its quest to lock up a home playoff match. And when you think about who they have left, home against Spokane and Charlotte, neither is a given. It makes life a bit nervy towards the tail end of the season. Another ice air corner kick, keeping every play cool and comfortable, and it is destination corner flag now. Heckenberg breaking forward. Glasser turning on the afterburners for Naples. Is there a late lifeline on the cards? It's not a bad ball in. Falls nicely for Perpa, who chips it back towards goal, and Fakuse is there to greet it. Greeted with a roar from the 914th Infantry. They are just waiting to celebrate now. All eyes on our lead official, Benjamin Meyer. Perhaps time for one final foray forward for Naples. Torres. Evans. Launched ahead. It rolls back to Fakuse. And he can take as much time as he likes now. Well beyond the added 5 minutes. This, no doubt, will be just launched into the quarter of uncertainty. I haven't even bothered sending Delgado up. It's likely Naples' last chance to produce a goal. Pasnik. Flicked on. Took a touch off a Westchester player, and another corner kick. Heckenberg gets one more chance to whip in an inviting in-swinger. Taken low this time. Teta first to it. Pasnik. Playing it back into the quarter of uncertainty and right into Fakuse's gloves. And that is the full-time whistle. Westchester rounds out its home season with its first ever victory over FC Naples. they have something to cheer about here at Memorial Field in their final home match of the season. Meanwhile, FC Naples slipping on a banana peel as it looked to lock up a spot inside the top four. It finishes 2-0 in favor of Westchester SC. An own goal by Breck Evans, and then the dagger from J.C. Obregon Jr. 10 minutes apart sees Westchester secure its first ever clean sheet of the season. We'll step aside here from Westchester County. When we return, a look back at the 90 minutes that just transpired.
Our tagline is welcome to Soccer County, not a town. And we want it to be a hub of all the soccer energy throughout the communities of this region.
As a first-year franchise and a club that's new, you know, these are landmarks in the history of the club that you want to really do something memorable.
I think it shows how soccer crazy this area is, and how much passion there is about sports and just community in general.
For being a homegrown talent, you know, in my city, it means everything because my family, my friends, all my loved ones come to the game, watch me play, you know, and you know, I'm just try to put on for my city as much as I can.
Being healthy means you can do what makes you happy. With the people who make you smile. Health First insurance plans connect you to care you can trust. For a happy family and a healthy future. With Health First, it's all within your reach.
You expect Manhattan-level care, and you live in Westchester. With Northwell, you'll find it all right here through this store in Terrytown, and this one in Katona, at Phelps Hospital and Northern Westchester Hospital. It's where you'll find a vast network of world-class doctors delivering everything from primary care to the most complex neurosurgery and cancer treatments. And it's all part of New York's most awarded health system, with every door leading to extraordinary care right here in Westchester. Northwell. Raise health.
We welcome you back to Westchester County, where the 914th Infantry takes a victory lap at Memorial Field, with their side procuring its first league clean sheet of the season in a 2-0 triumph over FC Naples. What a 90 minutes it was from Westchester, and it was a deserved 3 points from the hosts, who got off to a fast start, and then in the second half would open the scoring. Lovely interplay. Deshane Beckford gets this shot away. It's not dealt with brilliantly by Delgado, and ultimately an own goal. Breck Evans caught between a rock and a hard place as he tries to clear his cutback from Dean Guzin, and that's enough to get Westchester in front. And they would not stop there. They flashed the killer instinct Dave Carton was looking for 10 minutes later. This cross coming in from Prince Sadie, so dangerous. It puts Delgado in an uncertain spot, and there to greet it at the back post is J.C. Obregon Jr. Goal 15 of the league season to move himself 2 goals atop the Golden Boot race and secure the 2-0 triumph for Westchester. What a second half, and what a 10-minute span it was for the Golden Apple. There was a late chance here from Naples to get back into it. You see this cross from Glazer, which floated to the back stick, and a decent header there from what appeared to be Torres, but Facuse able to pounce on it before Gustavo Fernandez could wrestle it over the line, and it finished with Westchester as 2-0 victors. You look at the full-time stats, slight possession edge for Naples, but Westchester outshooting Naples 11-7, a 5-2 shot on goal advantage as well. Naples did not manage a single shot on target in the second half, and then the XG disparity is stark. 1.53 to 0.50 in favor of Westchester as they secure a victory to round out their home slate. It finishes with Westchester as 2-0 victors as FC Naples slips up away from home and makes the top 4 race that much more enticing. For our terrific crew from Westchester County, I'm Sam Goldfarb saying so long where Westchester wins 2-0. Have a great rest of your afternoon, everyone.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.